Good evening, this is Martin Bölter, and we are doing video number 12 in the series of An American Experience out of the book by Martin Bolt. Looks like this, so as a reminder. And this chapter is about gas or diesel, starting at page 185. Now, one of the major and significant differences between the United States and Germany is they drive gas vehicles, gas-powered vehicles in the United States, and they mainly drive diesel-powered vehicles in Germany. How this came about, I don't know. But I do know that the taxes on gas or diesel in Germany are exorbitant, are through the roof. I think if you pay $1.50 for a liter, mind you, which is let me say 1 gallon is 3.5 liters. Okay, so a liter in Germany is about 150, probably higher right now, but generally speaking, just make a comparison here, and they tax you, I would say, $1.20. So there's very little margin for the manufacturers to sell the gas or diesel fuel in Germany. So they cannot really go that low. Compared to a gallon, so that means a gallon is about $5, more like $6. Okay. If you go to the United States, a gallon of gas is right now $2, plus minus, depends on where you live, whatever. And it varies, of course, but the taxes on gas are way, way below the taxes they put on gas in Europe/Germany. Also, for one reason or another, people in the United States don't like diesel engines so much for passenger vehicles. I don't know quite where that came from, but I must assume it has to do with the price, because in Germany you just cannot sell a vehicle if you don't offer it with a variation of diesel engines. Diesel engines are of course more efficient, and you really have to look out in Germany what you have to pay for the gas for your vehicle. Not only is a vehicle, generally speaking, more expensive, I would say it's if you take the same vehicle, let's say Mercedes E-Class, and buy it here in the United States compared to Germany, I would say in Germany you would pay roughly, boom, without any question, 20% more. I'm sure of that. And that's the start. Then insurance is more expensive in Europe, and gas is more expensive in Europe. All that, fancy schmancy health system and what have you, the European Union needs to support poor countries, and on and on, so the gas is just more expensive, roughly 3.5 times to 4 times more expensive than it is in the United States. So no wonder the income is comparable, I would say, in the United States. There's not much difference as far as income is concerned, but everything is cheaper here. So in the United States, you really live in an awesome country as far as prices are concerned. There is no denying that. It's just incredible. You can drive here any V8 vehicle. You don't even have to pay a lot if you pay for it new or used. It doesn't matter. You can afford to drive a V8 vehicle if you have an average job, if you are in fact an average Joe. Not so much in Europe. V8 engines are very few in between. You have Porsches, BMW, and high-end cars basically employing a V8 engine. Other than that, there is no V8 engine. And here in the United States, a V8 engine starts with a simple, bare bones work truck, like regular cab Chevy Silverado work truck. Nothing special, cloth seat, no whatever, not simple things. So, if you pay like 25 grand for one of those, you can have a V8 engine, no sweat. Germany doesn't do that. If you would buy a comparable vehicle, it would have a probably 1.5 liter turbocharged diesel engine in it. You know, no fancy schmancy V8 of of any sort of kind. So that's the major difference, I would say, is because they tax diesel and gas fuel so high in Germany. It is, of course, it has to be, of course, that much higher priced at the pump. So that's a major difference. Even though I still don't understand why diesel gas is so much more expensive in the United States than gas. Engineer once told me, uh, well, diesel fuel is really cheaper to produce and bring to the customer than gas fuel is. So I don't know quite why diesel is so much more expensive in the United States compared to gas. I have no clue about that. The only suspicion I could bring up is that it's not so much use compared to gas. You know, diesel use really doesn't start until you get into heavy duty trucks in the United States, and then it goes up from there. Semis, garbage trucks, heavy digging equipment, heavy machinery of any kind have diesel engines. In Germany, that's the case too, but diesel doesn't start really before heavy-duty trucks or mid-sized trucks, for that matter. Even commercial vans have diesel engines, and everything in below have diesel engines already, because it's more efficient. Diesel engines are more efficient, use less gas. And as I said before, gas is very expensive in Europe, and so people like to have diesel engines. And they are, very sophisticated these days. As far as torque is concerned, they are still the king, and also fuel consumption is way below gas engine compared to the output, basically performance. So if you want to rent a vehicle in Europe, don't be surprised that you cannot really buy or rent a gas-powered vehicle. They are, few and in between. And if you come to the United States, you will be hard pressed to find a diesel-powered vehicle anywhere. The only manufacturer who has made any strides on that subject is Volkswagen, until they got busted with their emission scandal on diesel vehicles. But they used to be king of the road as far as diesel engines is concerned. They brought a lot of uh, diesel cars to the United States, and they really did well in destroying the old school perception that diesel engines are these smoking, stinking utility type of engines. They used to be. Used to be the same case in Europe. If you look at old Mercedes Benzes, they have these old E-classes with a 2.4 liter diesel engine, which makes, or 2 liter diesel engine for that matter, made 54 horsepower. Of course, it took forever to go anywhere and to do anything, but that was the norm, 35 or 40 years ago. Of course, they came a long way since then, but somehow diesel engines never really were able to be of any significance in the United States compared to gas engine powered vehicles. And diesel fuel is still more expensive in the United States, whereby in Germany and in Europe, diesel is basically, I would say, maybe not 25%, but always 15, 20-ish% per liter cheaper than gas, So for us in Europe, it's a no-brainer. Gas are more expensive, cars are more expensive, insurance is more expensive, and they tax the heck out of you as far as fuel is concerned. Doesn't matter if diesel or gas. They always have a sticker on the gas pump, and which basically says, not word by word, but it basically says, "Don't blame us. We pay out of $1.50, we pay $1.25 in taxes alone. So don't blame us for the high gas prices." And that's true. For whatever reason, that's true. That's why we always complain in Germany if any road has an imperfection in it or any holes in it which doesn't get fixed within hours or minutes. of appearing in the road, we always get mad about, because look at all the taxes we pay for our vehicles, and we demand that the roads for that reason are perfect. So that's kind of also why our roads are fairly perfect, but that's another subject altogether. So for some reason, diesel engine never caught up in the United States, and it has to do with price. As far as the car culture in the United States is concerned, it's a dream. There is no other country. Uh, maybe let's take out of the equation countries like, or certain countries in Africa, or South America for that matter, who have big economies and cheap gas. But as far as modern Western civilization is concerned, America is the bomb as far as vehicles is concerned. America is a dream wonderland as far as vehicles is concerned. Where I live, here in Lawton, Oklahoma, for instance, you don't even have to go to the technical inspection service, whatever they might want to call it in other states, to have your vehicle inspected every 2 or 3 years or whatever is the deal. Wherever in Germany and Europe, you have to do that. You get a sticker on it, and if it doesn't pass the inspection, you have such and such amount of time to fix it, or your vehicle will be taken out of traffic. So you always have to go to the inspection station and say, every 2 years, okay, now you have to have your brake fixed, your shocks fixed, you got to have new tires. Even the tires, they make a big stink about. So it's an endless snake pit over there as far as cars concerned. Yes, you can have a car. Yes, in some rural areas, same as here, you do need a car. There's no way around it. But it's a burden. Here you can have cars. That you don't really have to earn much. You can go to the car dealership, pick up a used car. Pay your $50 a month for the next 150,000 years, or maybe for the next 6 months, and have a car with a decent down payment. And insurance is cheaper, as I said before. Everything as far as the car is concerned, mobility is cheaper. That's just bare none. That's just how it is. How this came about, I don't know. But as far as gas or diesel is concerned, diesel is king in Europe and gas is king in the United States. So be prepared. I don't want to even go into the subject of manual or automatics. So maybe I bring this up in one of the forthcoming chapters. There's actually a chapter in the book about manual and automatics. How come that on one continent it's so much more prevalent than on the other continent? So, but maybe that's another chapter. But as far as gas and diesel is concerned, that's all I have to say to that.